Okay, so I have gotten some mail in today from Sandy. Sandy is Crafty Alley Cat. So that's her YouTube channel name, but her real name is Sandy. She just felt like sending me something, I guess. So she's Erica, I didn't write in the card so that you can use it. I put the card toppers on both an A2 card and a 5 by 6.5 card base so that you could see how they work. Included are 2 toppers that aren't on a card base yet. They can be any theme, any color. I am just using things in my stash, Sandy. So, she just sent that note. There's no like card that she made or sent to me signed or anything. So this is the card of one of them. So that's the one she's talking about. She put the A2 card on a 5 by 6.5 card base. The cards I work with that I had just showed a video on a few days ago, they were all 5 by 7 cards with the A2 size. So A2 size is a 4 1/4 by 5.5. Which is a smaller card. Excuse me. So this is the other one. So they have, if people don't know or whatever, they have what they call for the different sizes, in case you're online looking for particular cards that are pre-folded, which can run pretty costly. I personally like to buy prefer to buy the cardstock itself and then put it into the shape or into the size of the card that I'm going to use, because it's cheaper that way unless you get a good sale. Now, if you get a good sale and you find the cards already pre-made, that's a good deal. But what she had just mentioned is just the A2 cards now and the sizes of the A2 cards. But what was I going to say? They do have what is called a 5 by 7 card, which is rounding. So basically, by about a 5 by 6.5 or whatever is called and referred to as an A7. An A6 card is a 4 by 6. An A2 card is a 4 by 5. So if you did not notice or you did not know that and you want to get into card making, or you were looking online but it didn't give you the measurements of the particular cards and it just gave you the A7, A6, and A2s, just so you know, I don't know if you already know or not, for whoever's watching, that an A7 is a 5 by 7 card. An A6 is a 4 by 6 card. A2 is a 4 by 5 card. Okay. So I just measure mine when I get the card stock and do mine that way. Cause a lot of times they only have a few colors of the pre-made cards that are pre-cut and folded. are perforated. So those run more expensive and they don't have like a variety of colors. So if I can get a good cardstock, and I'm talking about a good one that I don't have to like glue together. I mean, I like the ones that I was making where I glue together, because those took that paper took the stamping better than the silky cardstock paper. When you got the silky paper, you can't, it's harder to use your stamps on, like your stamp sets. Like, I don't want anybody to get, oh, she's saying stamp, and a stamp can go so many ways. What definition is she talking about as far as a stamp? What I'm talking about as far as a stamp is, you know, these kind of stamps that you put in the ink, and I handmade those pieces of wood stamps. You know, your stamps. These kind of stamps. They don't take on that silky paper. So that's why I get the other paper where it soaks good into the paper if you're using a stamp. So that's the two cards she sent. They were bent up in the mail. So you got, when you're looking for your cardstock, I prefer a heavier, thicker cardstock for the outers of my cards. You know, but you know, if I'm not going to be using my stamps so much. But with the silky cards, you can also put a different paper on top, like you're overlapping. And, you know, if you're using a paper that's not silky, see, she's using silky papers. So, you know, but this here paper is not a silky one. So this would take a stamp if, you know, I wanted a stamp on it. So that's the other piece she sent. And then this piece is a silky piece that she sent. So, yeah. So that's what she sent. Thank you very much, Sandy, for... I was basically just asking if you wanted to join for the month of May. Since I was tossed out by certain members of the hashtag Embellishments with Friends 2025 and then went into 2026. But I discussed that with my son, and I discussed that with Kathy, so I'm not going to discuss it any further. So, you know, I'm on my own page, you know. So, Sandy, if you want to do any swapping, like we used to for the hashtag Embellishments with Friends 25, you know, please join in my hashtag Be Creative Peacefully All Year Round. So a good card stock for making cards to me is like 199 GSM. It's about a 74-pound paper. But you have your thinner paper, but it is not as thin as like your regular printer paper. That's a 64-pound. A little bit thicker than your printer paper is a 64-pound. So, you know, you can get some A7s, A6s, and A2s at Walmart. For a 24 pack, you can get them for about $7.28. And that's what the envelopes. See, I have so many envelopes. I really don't need any more envelopes. That's another reason I prefer to get my card stock, because I have so many envelopes already. I don't need any more or want any more. You can get a 36 pack for $8.34, and those come with envelopes. Through Walmart, they have some good card sets there. Dollar General, they only have the one size. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I was working on some inner parts of the cards that I was making, but I need to get my, I want to get my, diamond painting cards done. I used, in here, I used the papers, some coffee dye paper. I really like that. I got that from, what's her name? Sean at Recycle Messages. Sean, if you ever want to make me some more of that or send me more of that, I would love it, because I don't have coffee in my house. I don't drink it. We don't have caffeine in my house as far as sodas and, coffee and that, because I don't want to get tempted to drink it. And, the only thing we have is some lime soda in case somebody gets sick and needs some lime soda. But I thank you very much, Sean. I tried that out. Like I said, Sean, I glued some of the things you gave me together and made a template. And then I used your papers here that you gave me of the coffee dyes here as well. And because I'd never had it before. So it's my first time ever trying it and having it. So I thank you very much. And that's what I just did to try out. And I, again, made stencils, or not stencils. Yeah, I guess you could, I don't know. But anyways, that's what I did there. So, thank you. What do I want to say? Thank you, Sandy, and thank you, Sean, for, yeah. Sandy, if you don't mind, I will be passing these on to Sean, because, there's, how do I want to say? I love the outlays and everything. It's just, the sea life, lake life. I don't want to cry. I swear I don't. I'm not going to cry. Yeah, the sea life. I'm sorry. I don't like. I really don't like lakes. I don't like beaches. I don't. There's some things that happen to me I don't want to explain. But I was very tortured in a lake in East Troy. I was tortured. They tried to drown me in the lake. They kept trying to drown me in the lake, and they kept trying to drown me in the bathtub when I was little, okay? They did awful, awful things to me when it came to water in a bathtub and lake water. Ocean water reminds me of my aunt. She, I don't really want to talk about it, but you know, I personally would not let my daughter be getting married at the age 12, 13, or 14. I would personally have my daughter or son wait until they were 18 or older, okay? And to be trying to have intercourse and things that adults, do adult things, and that's all I'm going to say. I swear, but thank you. Anyways, I will pass these on to Sean, and hopefully Sean will like these, and Sean, has no problems with, um, water scenes or lakes or rivers or, you know, things of that nature. Hopefully she wasn't traumatized as a child, with water, and awful things weren't happening to her every time she had to take a bath as a child. Okay. So with that being said, I appreciate your kindness, but if anybody needs to know, I do not. I am sorry. People, you know, I tried, vacationing and being around the water and stuff like that. I tried, to fish and so forth, and just on my own and have my own equipment and stuff like that. And I don't do it. It just brings back there's just too much that happened that cannot be taken away. The damage is done, basically. I'm traumatized from it. I had to see psychiatrists, for it and everything else. So, and try to, and then, people that you can't cure something like by by constantly taking somebody back to that horror of a situation, that traumatizing of a situation. It doesn't solve it, and it doesn't take it away. It just reminds you of what was done. You know what I mean? And so I had to learn how to get acquainted with water, like in school swimming pools, public school swimming pools, and learn and work with the Red Cross, and to learn not to have fear with water, and to learn, survival with water, um, from people trying to drown me so much. My dad's second wife, even tried to traumatize me from what I was blessed with from the Red Cross, and working with the Red Cross, and working to get I could have, for my, to be a lifeguard. So I took courses for this, and so I got real acquainted with water in swimming pools and so forth, versus, lakes, rivers, and oceans, where I was tormented and tortured, and bathtubs, where I was also molested in bathtubs as a child. So, at a very, very young age, I'm talking below the age of 6, okay? Under the age of 6, under the age of 5. So like, and all this happened to me in East Troy, Wisconsin, but where I was a teenager and my stepmother tried to drown me in front of my father in the swimming pool happened at Lake Arrowhead, Wisconsin. While my son was out, or my father was not in the pool with us, he was outside of the pool. She started it, and she tried to drown me in front of my father. And that was after I had, took numerous courses with the Red Cross. And she was jealous or something. I don't know. She shouldn't have started she started a lot of crap. So, anyways, Sean, I will pass these on to you. Because I'm sending you some thank you mail that I discussed, just to say thank you. And so, yeah. Otherwise, if you guys want to join my hashtag Be Creative Peacefully All Year Round and what I do every month, you're always welcome to email me and let me know in emails or in the email, or you can let me know in the comments below the videos. So, yeah. I know plenty of people between me and Kathy, if they would join, we would have 11, including myself and Kathy, we would have 11 or 12 people. Why people are afraid to join or feel like they shouldn't, I don't really understand why, unless it's just because it's me. Because a lot of people don't like me. They never, I'm used to that. A lot of people do not like me, and that's fine because I'm used to it. I'm not here to be liked, but I am here to be respected just as well as everybody else. So, thank you very much, Sandy. I will definitely be using this one and saving this one here for myself to use for something. Probably in one of the other cards. Yeah. So, yeah, if you could have saved that, Sandy, and joined us for the month of May and showed it on your channel and used the hashtag Be Creative Peacefully All Year Round, we could have did a swap at the end of May. But it says, life is better at the beach. Beach days and ocean waves. Just for you. And then this one here says, start each day with a grateful heart. Yep. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, all you gotta do, Sandy, is it can be anything you want. You just use it. Make sure you hashtag Be Creative Peacefully All Year Round. And I am the host, Erica Newkirk, if you want to join. If you ever want to do something. All right. I hope everybody has a good Mother's Day. And on Mother's Day Sunday, I will be reading that one story that my son picked out.